Yeah, so you control your attitude, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and you will control your reality. That's so important. So identity that has what you desire doesn't want it or needs it. So I'll speak today about taking your power back and realizing that what you desire is literally already here. So taking back your power, let's go straight in. Ultimately, the message is about reclaiming responsibility for your experience. You have ability to experience and to project anything that you desire from the now, in the now, because it's only thing that exists here and it's now. And you have opportunity to realize that whatever you find normal will find you. Whatever you normalize, whatever your subconscious mind accepts as true, whatever you select and project from the consciousness of knowing, it's one thing to know and to like write about it and to know it as definition, but it's another thing to actually behave like you know it. It's one thing to know that you are creating your reality, and it's another thing to actually show the universe that you are creating your reality by your signal, that because of the fact that universe just says yes to everything that you provided. It just gives you abundance because we all have enough. The earth itself has enough water, has enough this, enough that, enough. It's everything is abundant, and there is no lack. There is no less of things. So, if you lack, for example, if you don't have confidence, it's not that you don't have confidence, that you have lack of confidence. It's that you're basically projecting abundance through the definition that you don't have confidence. Same thing for everything. You're not able to make money, you're not able to become that, you're not able to get rid of this and that. It's all just confidence used in abundance. You can just flip the switch and use that energy, use that abundance to charge that predominant state that you have about those things. So let's go. Rather so when you change the way you think, when your focus, because where intention goes energy flows, the way you feel, the way you behave, the way you project, the way you execute on things, from the frequency, from which frequency you're operating from, because we cannot outwork our frequency. You can work 20 hours a day on certain things, and then you'll see the guy that works 2 hours a day on it, but he is approaching it from the good mindset, from the good anticipation, from the good expectation, from love, from fun, from creativity, from expression, and from gratitude. So the way you can change is basically changing your approach, changing your perspective, changing your frequency. So at some point, you essentially, of course, you generally get tired of chasing those things that you desire and that you know you'll get there, but you're like, okay, even if I get it, will I be kinda, I'll be maybe happy temporarily with it, but if I'm not happy in the now, if I'm not realizing the journey is destination, that I should fall in love with person I'm becoming, then you'll kinda separate and detach and lose yourself in the process. So hustling, working hard, that all is well and good once you're actually aligned with what you should be aligned with. So let's say you see others in their mode of creativity, joy, drive, passion, freedom, abundance, joy, happiness with 10x, 10 times less of the work and actually achieving those things. It's because cause and effect. It's because they have a right approach with their frequency. So trying to get something out there to hear, again, that's all misconception that people have about manifestation, which is completely wrongly um, conceived, and it's emitted and maintained all over again, and again and again. I see so many people uh, mentioning law of attraction and confusing people about it. They have attract something from somewhere to here, but quantum science, neuroscience, quantum physics, all spirituality itself is saying that you are what you previously thought you're in, that you are attract what you are being, that you are getting yes from the universe that you provide. So there's no getting something from somewhere and then feeling good about it. It's feeling good about it by realizing that's already here and then acting from that completeness, essentially, right? So figuring it out, figuring everything yourself, thinking, forcing things, feeling productive, but yet reality isn't changing, right? So it's even worse for maybe by the fact. So you also watch the videos of manifestation with so much people, and they all may have different approach, they all may have different perspective on it, but those things that I mentioned are facts, and all of them ones are basically just letting you know. And maybe even what I see, people are just creating some problems about processes. I know that you should go through different amount of, let's say, shadow work or regulation of nervous system, of remembering who you are and detaching from ego mind identity games and all of those. There's certain things that they are selling well, but I see so many people just complicating and making it sophisticated. So you can see all of those videos and kind of still you are in the same place. You can watch 3 years videos of manifestation, but still if you don't actually know how things work and you're using their permission slips that worked for them, for yourself, but you may not have the same uh, vibrational approach to certain things that worked for them. What I mean by that is manifestation itself is not technique you do. It's not getting something to you that you don't already have. It's consciousness. It's version of you that you are providing to the universe, that you are essentially just showing as it is and getting mirrored back to it in physical reality. So it's matching its resonance and it's matching frequency of reality that you desire, therefore making it more visible and actionable for you because you aren't resisting it. What you resist persists. So if you are realizing that it's not already here, if you're realizing that you are not able, it's hard, it's out there, I'm not that, you're just persisting emotional charge that actually is uh, essentially that belief that you are projecting and perceiving reality from. So you're just charging up that definition in your subconscious mind, backed up by neuroscience, quantum physics, and everything, right? So you realize that you are it right now because everything that you actually did encounter as manifested, as achieved, is occurred once you didn't seek it because you realize it's already here, it's now, it's me, and you just didn't resist it and you just let it be here with you now. Therefore, physical reality manifestation in 3D realm occurred. So most people try to manifest from lack, needing, hoping, wishing, trying. They beg universe, they check their bank account, they ask when, how, with whom, but your physical mind cannot conceive what your higher mind tries to bring you as emotion, as intuitive collaboration through your different ideas and sparks. That's for another video, but you ask how, when, with whom. Reality is not happening to you, the life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. So right, it's happening with you, through you, as you are the one that projects it. You are signal and the world is readout. Universe, you inverse. Now attitude level, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Simple, right? So thoughts, they catch momentum. Boom, they are now feelings, emotions, energy in motions that are here for you to behave from, that creates action. Control your attitude, thoughts, feelings, and actions, and you'll control your destiny. So the frequencies that shape reality. Be aware of isolation created by spiritual ego. I see so many people in spiritual development uh, that are aware that aware of matrix or of simulation that's as well just their own consciousness. So the deeper person goes inward, the easier it becomes to mistake awareness for superiority. What I mean by that is when self awareness begins to feel intoxicating, when you are like being empathic about all of those happenings in the world and you're charging it up, you're paying attention to it, you're focused on external things rather than internal things from which you can create and recreate those external ones. You can get that quiet narrative that can create forming of the mind that can perpetuate the same cycle over and over again. You begin to believe you are real, you are smarter, you are this, you are that. It's good to have that arrogance and ego to a certain level because it can push you, it can move you through the challenges. But like seeing world as this fucked up thing and everything is like hell, and that's why we all in the past may be creating that narrative of how life actually is, but it's just a belief. So I'm mentioning this especially because it's not just about me teaching you how reality works and transforming you, it's about also we changing the reality as collective consciousness that we are in. And that's also one of my desires, so we can actually realize who we are, divine self, so we don't play games that aren't even or on our level, right? So you can see people as asleep, shallow, unconscious, but it's basically because you're just projecting belief that they are like that. So let's say there's a girl that's saying all the men are the same, they're all the same, they're all like fuckboys or stuff like that. She will only see guys like that because that's cause of effect, that's physics. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? That's par. Let's just move on. So that's simply just another form of ego. Let's say you detached from those things and you're like, okay, I'm aware of myself. That's already good. But then you're still checking your manifestation. Is it here? Am I that? That's also that ego seeking validation, right? So I want to encourage you to realize that once that happens, you can just choose to not operate and you can just choose to not be, you can just choose to not be identity that's even thinking about it, right? So once you adopt that frequency of separation, the world begins to mirror it back to you. It's fun how I'm losing my voice once I need to film videos. So every conversation therefore is manifested as empty. Every person appears superficial. Every mind seems unaware. I've been there because I was projecting that as a fact. I'm giving you guys this as example as how you project. That's how you get reflected your perception and therefore your creation. That's reaction to those things, and it's all interconnected, guys. It's all physics. So not because the world is truly that way, but because whether the thinker thinks, the prover proves. So it's easy to become the deep one in the world of of fools. Oh my god, pardon. So let's say you're a religious or spiritual person, they can also get in that whole psychosis. And I'm just filming this because I've been there for quite a long. I didn't know I've been there, but on the fact that I wasn't being who I am and receiving what I wanted to receive is manifestation of this hypnosis that I did on myself essentially. So when you see yourself as you wish to be, rather than also what you wish to see will be, rather than what you're not or what you need to have, hoping, wishing for it to come. So this is also the visual I made myself. Let's see it a bit. Oh, not to delete it. So we have thoughts, we have feelings, we have actions, we have results, and that's program itself. So we can have frequency like the higher states of frequency. We can have emotions of passion, success, joy, positive anticipation, love, happiness, abundance. So your temperature like this here visually is your self-image and your self-identity. So down there you have scarcity, you have misery, you have loss, you have sabotage. So you can also read the book Think and Grow Rich. It's speaking a lot about subconscious mind and how it accepts everything as true what you project as true. So let's speak about conviction and insecurity. There are two different internal states people move through life through. So it can be insecurity. It constantly seeks approval, validation, and recognition, right? So it compares itself to others. It judges. It competes, envies, and blames. So it feels like life is unfair for them, and something outside must confirm its worth. From this state, you emerge behaviors such as arrogance, bragging, perfectionism, bullying, workaholism, and desperate need to prove oneself right. So, in this state, you will receive the same effect that you had cause to. So, the other state is conviction. A conviction is quiet certainty. It's knowing. It's inner knowing that you can be, that you can do, that you have more than enough. It's that you have what you desire regardless of circumstances. Circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. So from conviction emerge humility, compassion, generosity, and responsibility. A person operates from conviction, listens more than they speak. They uplift rather than they belittle. So they don't have no longer issues with physical reality because they realize that it's just all projection of consciousness. By the way, guys, it's for 5 a.m. and I wasn't sleeping well, and I just needed to film something. I felt bad for not doing it. So let's go here. Stimulus, reaction, results, reinforce belief. Stimulus, awareness, conscious response, new results. Why stimulus is very important? Because every reaction has equal and opposite reaction. Every cause has its effect. Every stimulus is your vibrational core, predominant vibration that you are sending to the universe, that you are getting back that yes from. You're getting yes from the universe, whatever you are giving it to. So the brief moment of awareness creates space. Inside that space, you get that privilege, you get that liberation of knowing that you are beyond this body, beyond this state of thoughts, feelings, and actions. You can actually observe and not absorb those things. Therefore, you cannot stop in loops that you don't prefer to be in. You cannot get controlled by fear, by uncertain, by depression, but you cannot get affected by anything because you are observer of those things. And if you're observer, first of all, if you are aware of certain things, you can let it go. You can recalibrate, you can reconstruct them as a label, as uh, something tangible. You can just burn it, you can let it go because you're aware of it, right? So different response eventually produces different outcome. Transformation rarely begins with dramatic breakthrough. The biggest breakthrough you experience is just requiring the slightest touch, and that's your perspective. That's inner knowing, right? Because how you look at things is how things look at you. So reality is the mind. Reality, then we have our mind that's filtering it out to our consciousness, and then we have perception of reality, therefore experience itself. So reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. Plato. I have so many things here. I think I'll just move down to false self and true self. You can take a screenshot of this. So we have false self and true self on the right. The mirror principle. This is the last chapter I'll speak about today. I have about 120, 130 chapters in my book, and this is just third one for me here, and I mean third one in this video, and it will be mirror principle because it's just nice way to finish this with. So nothing has built-in meaning. Life is meaningless. Don't get me wrong. It's not meaning. It's not meaningful that it doesn't have meaning. It doesn't have purpose. You give things a meaning. You give things perspective. You give things meaning, right? You can put two guys in the same place in two different situations, and they will experience it completely different because of their beliefs and how they uh, placed a label of meaning to it. So you can put everything as neutral. You don't have to put anything as inferior and superior over you, right? So you can put your desire, you can label it, you can build a meaning of it as being already here. Let's normalize having your desire being already here, feeling, acting, and behaving from it, being grateful for already receiving it. So you assign meaning with projection of your perception. Reality reflects the meaning back as an effect. To change the fact, you change the internal definition, not opposite. Most people again believe circumstances create their experience. They believe their job determines their stress, their relationships determine their happiness, and their environment determines their opportunities. So that's the fact, but they believe that the job determines their stress. So they think that because they are somewhere, they are receiving that it's all them. They are in that job in the first place because they're internal state, right? So you can choose to observe life closely. Once you're that, you begin to notice patterns, reactions, creations. The same type of problems follow the same people, the same emotional loops repeat themselves, the same kinds of relationships and outcomes appear again, again, and again. And even when environment changes, at first, it looks like coincidence. Eventually, it begins to look like a structure. Reality often behaves like a mirror reflecting the internal architecture of the person experiencing it. Should believe. It's just a belief. So your life isn't shaped only by external conditions, which is just projection of your old loop, of your old consciousness. So it's shaped by your identity, beliefs, and your emotional baseline, which is emotionally charged thoughts, predominant paradigm, and the habits of thoughts and behavior you repeat each day create overall ID. So identity, beliefs, thoughts, emotions, actions, results, creations, recreations. This change runs constantly, often without awareness. You repeat something that you don't actually prefer desire because you're not enough aware of it to let it go. We humans are just holding on to things that we genuinely believe that we have something from. So you won't hold upon something if you don't believe that you have something from it. But if you bring enough consciousness and awareness to its effect or its tangibility, you'll realize how nonsense it is, and then you can just basically let it go. So to change, they change jobs, they change cities, strategies or goals, or strategies in the business, in the business, different funnels, different leaders, different team, but it's same internal structure. It remains the same. The reflection gets the same, and it's just back in its original form. So you cannot change the reflection without changing what stands in front of the mirror. You cannot change your habit. You cannot change your feelings. You cannot change your results. You cannot change your identity. You cannot change any external result if you are still in the same consciousness, in the same ID, in the same behavior, in the same uh, acceptance, normalization, if you are in the same I amness. So I am poof universe or universe here. You get yes because it's all abundant. We have abundance everywhere. So you just get that confirmation from the universe because uh, you're still reacting to the mirror, and mirror is just belief and illusion, right? So once we change a belief, we can change the mirror. Love you guys. I bow to each one of you, and I'll post more. Let's go.